Hey, this week what we're doing is the axe restoration part 2. And cut. Hey friendlies, so tonight Serge is back at my place and we're gonna finish up his axe. A couple of you guys asked us about the weight and the measurements. I was gonna do that when it's all finished, but
since it's in stone pieces,
it's a good time to measure the weight of the head. Measure the weight? No, weigh the head.
Yeah, weigh the head. Measure the handle.
So we're gonna be really careful because this is the kitchen scale, and I don't want to die. Okay. What does LO mean?
Low battery?
That's 0 grams. Low battery. Piss is at 18.61. Yes, 1,861 grams. So 1.8 and a half kilos. So what is that in pounds? Can we change it to?
I don't know, but
no, that's milliliters.
Wait.
If I hold 0 down, will that give me a no? No, that'll shut it off because the battery's dead. Okay, so 1,800 grams. So 1.86 kilos. Doing a little phone stuff here.
1.8 is 4 pounds.
4 pounds. Sheesh.
So I wasn't off.
You were off.
It wasn't 3.5, but
3.8.
3.8.
It's funny because it's heavy, but it didn't look like a 3 pound head to me.
I know.
A 4 pound.
4 pound.
Jesus, what a monster! So for the handle that you've chosen, you gonna measure or am I gonna measure?
Go ahead, measure.
Okay. What do we got here? 28 inches on the nose, so a boy's axe, essentially. Boy's axe is...
Because I'm a boy.
Because you're a boy. Boy's axe is between 25 and 28, if I'm remembering that correctly. So that would make it, between Scandinavian forest axe and 28, right? Because this is, I think this is a 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a boy's axe.
Yeah.
That's going to be a heavy-headed boy's axe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's going to be great for splitting.
Dude, are you kidding? You'll be able to chop down in small trees with one stroke with that thing. So, let's, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to spend the night essentially getting this handle into this head. Okay, we've got, alright. Got a little piece of leather here so that I don't impact too much on the handle when I tighten it up, because we forgot to sand here. We're not going to get out the big sander or anything because it's going to take up more time than just using a good file. Rasp? It's a rasp.
Yeah, that's a rasp.
Yeah. File card, folks. If you use a file or a rasp, you need one. We still got a little bit of work to do here, but much less. I did a little bit while you were gone.
Right.
But I didn't want to steal all the fun.
Of course not.
Like, as you guys can see, we've still got
quite a bit to go.
It ain't going to fit at all. We're going to have to concentrate right there and right there. So, we've identified right here and right here as places where we have to start taking it down. Now, when you're doing this, it's real easy to shave off too much on one side, and then you end up with, like, the handle off center. That little piece of leather is all important when we don't want to go marking up our handle. There we go. Okay. The Veritas draw knife. It's very small. It's very good.
Let me get out of your way here.
Sure thing. What you guys see is I'm just taking off tiny bits because it's so much easier to take more off than to put on some wood that you've already popped off by accident. This is the fun part. I'm lying. The fun part is swinging the axe, but this part's okay.
So just to be clear, it's just that section here, right?
Just a little bit here. I mean, keep rounding it a little bit,
okay.
But concentrate. Especially concentrate right here.
Okay.
Just try here for a little while. This is actually the longest part of hanging an axe. Once we got this on, and it's sort of starting to slide out, the inside of this eye will tell us where to grind.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. It's definitely squeezing it quite a bit, so.
But is it squeezing? Is it going on?
Yeah, it's going on.
Well, it's going on.
Yeah, it's going on.
Now I gotta get it off.
Is there like a notch in there?
That's what I'm about to check.
Oh yeah, right there. Look
Okay.
at that.
All right.
That we're gonna have to take off.
So, what we noticed while we were trying to jam this onto the helve is that there was something creating a massive notch. Not a massive notch, but a notch.
Yeah.
And
a significant notch.
yeah, you see that right there. So while he's dealing with the helve, I'm going to try and get that ground down a little bit. And I'm going to be very thankful that they don't tend to harden this part of an axe head.
Seriously.
Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be fabulous. Doom, 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 doom.
It's just a question of removing that notch, you know?
Yeah. If I do it this way, they'll be able to see what I'm doing. Getting better. Yeah, because it's just here, right?
Yeah.
If it was here and it went all the way through, then it wouldn't matter.
No, exactly.
It'd be like, is it marbles that have the notches? I don't know if it's marble.
I don't remember.
But like those are actual full-on ridges, so that doesn't matter. But
yeah, it makes me think you mentioned a few times that you don't like a sharp axe, right?
I like a sharp axe. I don't like a shaving sharp axe.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even for your carving axe?
Carving, I like to go paper cutting sharp, absolutely. But
Okay.
for anything
Okay.
camp or forest related, there we go, we're done.
It still needs more removed, as I suspected.
Yeah, I don't like my camp or forest axes to be shaving sharp just because it's heavier work you're doing. And if you get a real narrow edge on this, like a paper cutting or a shaving sharp, I feel that it's not a strong enough edge.
Well, and that makes sense, but I was just thinking for carving, you'd want...
For carving, yeah, especially because I carve in greenwood.
You go ahead and try to look good. Okay, give it a few whacks. And it's going to tell us where to go.
It's still coming down in front more than at the back, but that's okay at this stage.
You could see it right there. That's like wedging in.
Still, okay. I'll take more off the axe head. Yeah, well, it's better, but it's still doing it. Okay.
All right. And I see here where it's.
Yeah, you see where to take it. So you take care of that. I'll take care of this.
Yep.
Such industrious boys we are.
Oh yes.
I'll flip it over and give it a boppy on the arse.
You know what? I don't think so.
No?
I think it's still it's squeezing. Look at it from the inside. You see that it's pinching it.
Yeah.
So there's lots of work to do.
I'm gonna give it a boppy on the arse anyway.
Just because it's fun.
Just because what we're gonna have to watch out for is you're definitely getting it nice down there. Look at how easy that's going on. But
yeah.
Right? So we gotta know, and let's just put it in the vise right away this time. So we're not doing the jerk thing and embarrassing ourselves.
It works for some other stuff, but yeah, you definitely have to wiggle it.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
It's great.
It's great.
But it's not Scottish.
It's crap.
It's still squeezing a little bit, but not as much.
Give it a little poundy on the arse.
That's what she said.
It's a family show, Serge. You know, it's funny because my buddy, my YouTube buddy, Joe's Neon, he was doing this. Popped. Nice chunk right off. I mean, you can glue it back on.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, but It's just he was real classy about it too on camera. He's just like, well, I'll just glue that back on. What can you do, right? Once you've thrown this much work into it. There we go.
You've become a Russian bear.
Strong like bear, pretty like tractor. Yeah, let's just get in there.
You think you might make this a 3-parter?
Let's see how far we get.
Alright.
Popsicle time. Now, philosophically speaking, what we're doing here can be done with a power sander. I've got a fabulous random orbital sander, but there's something. It's more pleasing when you're working on as time-honored a tool, in my opinion. Okay, as an axe, I find it more pleasing to do it with hand tools. One of the nice things about hand tools. Here's something that Paul Sellers said about the difference between hand tools versus power tools. That I don't know if I've said this in a video before, but yeah, power tools are all about turning circular motion into cutting or pounding or whatever motion, right? It's a very mechanical thing. But with a hand tool, you know, if you got a saw and you're cutting along a line and you just start to go off the line, you can feel it way before it becomes a big issue. If you do that with a jigsaw, you're off, you know? And so there's an elegance to hand tools and a control to hand tools that, as you develop your skills, just gets better. Another thing is, my girl's asleep upstairs. Hey,
It still gives
you know
me
what?
an idea.
Put that back on. Let's actually take a look at how straight we are. Because if it's not straight, now's the time to fix it.
Right.
Okay. It's a little that way.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little that way.
We gotta take off a little bit over here.
Yep.
And over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's that head gone? Boom!
Yeah. Crack. Did it work at all, or
Sure
still?
did. Come on,
Yeah?
man. Take a look at that. Take a look down there.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, man. In fact, that's...
Pretty perfect.
Yeah, that was really good. Shoot.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost.
I'm like, you might take off just what my dad would call a pea hair, and then we're back to straight. Yeah, don't use the.
I won't use the rough. I'll just use the finer one.
Be smooth, man. Be smooth.
Smooth.
Be smooth. Tea's a good drink. For me, it's all context driven. Tea is my comfort zone. Coffee is like I'll have it if I'm in the woods, like making cowboy coffee or something.
Okay.
Or like a latte or whatever. Very interesting conversation for YouTube. You missed a spot. A little wappy wappy.
Yeah, it's right there.
I knew that.
Uh-huh. Is it still straight?
Hell yeah.
Good, good.
Nice work, dude. Okay, looking good. Looking good.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome. That doesn't make any sense, but I
No, I know.
right down to there.
We're almost there.
Because look, we got that much room there. That's
And you want some to pop out too, right?
yeah. We got about that much room,
Mm-hmm.
but we want it to come proud, because that way when you put the wedge in, it'll mushroom it out a bit. And then what we'll do is we'll trim it down to about. Some people trim it right down. I don't. I like
No,
to leave it a little.
I wouldn't want to do that either, because the fact that it's mushrooming out, there's less chances of it coming out.
Yeah.
And that was the issue with the previous handle.
Because it was
cut
flush. Yeah. Yeah. Some people do it. I do not.
I don't know. I left it somewhere here and it disappeared.
Okay. I've got some. We'll just cut this baby down. Oh, I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't take a little carving knife to that. I don't know. We're pretty close, but we just need to trim a bit more here. Just a bit more. Just a little bit more. Because another thing we should do is, like, see how it's got all these ridges from the rasp? We should use some sandpaper or something and just smooth it out once it's once we got it to where we need it.
So this would be the kind of job that I'd whip out my knife and carve it just by hand, like that.
Yeah, you totally can. You totally can. It's just, man, hickory's a tough wood. It's a little stressful because, as I was doing before, I'm trying not to take away too much, right? And also, I'm trying to avoid getting a ridge.
Right.
You really want, like, in fact, it would be smart to just sort of, you know, taper this away. You know, so this is good. This, you can bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Wow. Okay, so we still got a ways to go.
Yeah.
This is not the usual way of using a draw knife. I should be holding it like this. But I need like, the reason I like this really small one is because I like the control I get when I hold it. See,
that's
I'm
exactly what I was gonna say. The fact that you're holding it kind of like that, it's. I guess that's what I was thinking before. I use a knife, you know, just a regular.
I'm using it as a carving knife. You know, like when you're using I mean, this is not a carving knife, but when you're carving, you know, you hold it like that, and you get your control. You know, I don't want to be using this knife on hickory, but like I'm just showing how with this with a draw knife of this size, you can do stuff like that. Whereas with that big 9-inch or 10-inch behemoth I've got, there's no way.
You know, for sure.
Right, so I can get right in and use this like the heel of an axe when you're carving with an axe, you know. Okay, what we got here is 80 grit sandpaper. Because right now we got it real close. Like, this is almost flush with the top. Close enough that I don't want to be using anything big and drastic at this point. We have to sand down the ridge that I cut with this little tiny draw knife here, and start to smooth over the shoulders. 80 grit is pretty substantial stuff, just because we're getting late and we got to get this done. But so, like, what we're gonna do is just sort of come at it, scratch it until it's fairly smooth, then maybe come at it with a 180 or something. I don't want to go any higher than like 180 or 240 or something like that. There you go. All right, so I guess we're going to an episode 3 because it's after 10:30.
Yeah. Got no choice at this
point. No choice at all. Can't. So no, it's beer o'clock. So we're calling it a night for now because it's after 10:30 and it's a school night. So for now, it is beer o'clock. We're having the Charles Henri Amber Ale by Brasserie.
Your bike's the cat fed.
Brasserie Les Deux Frères. It's a 500 ml. Ooh, 6.2%. So it's a little high octane, but it's not compared to some Quebec beer. Yeah. Get the official beer opening knife.
Got to
embarrass myself again.
Oh!
Oh well, it'll just smell like beer in the workshop for the next year and a half.
No, till you get your work.
Till I get this bench built.
That's right.
And then I get my garage done. Oh, there's beer on the wedge. Nummy. So, thanks for hanging out with us as we do this axe project. Next episode we'll be finishing it up.
Which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see this thing done.
Well, so do I.
So, as I always say, if you like what we're doing here, then please get the conversation started down below. This week the question is, which axe size do you consider your primo, like your comfort zone? Are you like a small forest axe guy like me, about an 18-inch? Do you prefer the boys axe between the 25 to 28? Or do you like a full-on felling axe? You know, do you prefer more of a splitter or a chopper?
Or something like this 4-pounder.
You know, something big or something like my tiny little Wetterlings. What's your favorite axe? Aside from that, please share the videos. That helps me a lot, more than you know. And if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. And if you are subscribed, then hit that little bell and leave me a smiley thumb. If you don't like what I'm doing, leave me a frowny thumb. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.